is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the start of a series totally new for this channel. For 2019, I'm committing to reading one book every week. Yes, 52 books in 2019. I hate reading. I actually use Audible to listen to all of my books, so whether that's waking up early and listening during my workout, listening at night, in the car, walking, whenever, I find it is so much easier for me to listen to a book rather than read it, especially if I can multitask by doing things like working out. So, my first book of 2019 is Sell It Like Serhant, written by Like Serhant. He's the star of Million Dollar Listing New York. He's built up the Serhant team in New York City, the #1 Manhattan real estate group. So, my notes here on the book. I recently started a sales position back in September, so getting this book was one of my first big dives into books about sales, and I came across him on YouTube first, found his book and loved it, and I think I listened to the book in about 60 to 70 hours. So the book for Sell Like Serhant is all about sales, is knowing people, building relationships, and building referrals. As I mentioned, Ryan is a real estate agent, so it makes sense for him that meeting people on the streets in New York is a great way to build up a potential lead base. And he talks about how he used to go sit into Starbucks and talk with pregnant women, asking them if they needed more room in their apartment and if they were looking for more, which is actually a great technique if you're a real estate agent in New York City and you're trying to rent out apartments. So some of my big takeaways from the book, I really wanted to focus on follow up, follow through, and follow back. This is something that he talks a lot about in the book as well as his YouTube videos. So following up is your current prospects. Who are you currently going after, trying to get deals, trying to turn them into a qualified lead? Following up is continually hitting them, keeping them engaged, making sure they know that you're thinking about them. Follow through is close clients. So who have you already closed with that could potentially be a referral source for you down the road? And then follow back. Maybe someone who you didn't actually get a sale from. Maybe somebody who went with somebody else. But again, keeping that relationship. So down the road, if they have another opportunity where they're looking into a new apartment, a new house, maybe their friend is now looking. By following back, you're able to keep that relationship open and keep the possibility of getting into referrals open. Another part that I really liked was how he structured his day. So there's finder, keeper, and doer. A finder is like the CEO. They're finding the business. They're going out. It's prospecting. So he talked about, as a real estate agent, he blocked out times in his day to create a new client base. That's the time where he was at Starbucks talking to women who were pregnant, asking them if they needed apartments. This would be going out to maybe open houses where he wasn't even the real estate agent, just to meet people. The keeper is like the CFO. It's the task you have to do to keep the business to stay alive, make sure the money's coming in. And then the doer is like the COO. So that's all of the gritty work. Maybe that's the paperwork that you have to do, the administrative tasks. But by separating your day out, it's like you're putting on a different hat for each of those tasks that you have to do. And by blocking out your day, you know maybe the 9 to 10 hour is your time to do the doer tasks, and you know you're going to have to do the administrative tasks throughout your day. And something that he inspired me to do was wake up at 5 a.m. This is something I've wanted to do for the past 6 months. I've even tried this periodically all through college. I'm 21 now, graduated back in May, and I've never been able to consistently wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. And since reading the book, I've now gotten up at 5 a.m. 7 times, 3 last week, 3 times a week before that, and it's Monday night and I got up at 4:59 a.m. I get up at 4:59 so that way I can beat everybody who gets up at 5. And the way he did this was he didn't talk about, oh my gosh, like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. Why aren't you getting up at 5? He really shows you how to look at your current job and your current role as a step in your career. So if you're a college student, getting up at 5 a.m. is about giving yourself that leg up to maybe land that dream job, to push you through to that dream career for the rest of your life. This is my first big job out of college. So getting up at 5 a.m. to me means I can work out from 5:30 to 6:30. I can get an extra hour of contacting leads from 7 to 8 before I even get into work. That means I can do more phone calls during the day, which means I'll qualify more leads. And eventually, that's gonna help me produce the numbers. That's gonna not only help me now, but for the rest of my career. Playing the long-term game was something that I never thought of when you're waking up 3 hours early every day. Because I used to always get up at 8. And then it blew my mind when I thought about if in 5 days of the work week, if I get up 3 hours earlier every day, I'm getting 15 extra hours of time of being awake. And if you think about your normal day, you're probably awake 15 hours. So basically, I just added an entire another day of my life being awake in 1 week. So that means in 52 weeks, maybe I have another 50 days of time that I'm awake. 52 weeks times 15 hours, that's a lot of hours. I don't really know what the math is off the top of my head. 52 times 15, 520 plus 5 times 52 is 260. So that's like 780 hours. I don't know if that's correct, but that is a lot of hours. So Ryan Serhant, thank you for helping me get up at 5 a.m. Thanks for watching, guys. I encourage you to pick up this book, especially if you are in a sales role. And if you think about it, everybody's got to sell themselves. Let me know what you think about it when you're done reading it in the description, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.